Don't mind me laying down, just very tired. But I am in this Rio room, 5 nights, total, about $39. Anyway, point of today's video, I was just playing at Bally's, and I'm actually going to be going back there later, but a guy said something that made me think about this free slot play event that happened at the end of 2020 at the Horseshoe Baltimore. So there was a promotion, some kind of a raffle, which these happen sometimes. I remember them happening in Milwaukee and sometimes at the Horseshoe Baltimore. Like, the raffle is going on like out in the casino, and it's very difficult to hear in the poker room, and sometimes they'll put the names up on some of the screens in the poker room, but it's like really tough to know if you won if you're just staying at the poker table. So this guy who doesn't walk well, he had back problems and walked with a cane, he left. Then we hear who wins this promo. And, you know, we knew this guy's first name, so we hear the names, which was rare. A lot of times you could, like, not hear it at all or barely hear it. So we hear it. A guy at the table says, "Isn't that the last name of the guy who just left?" And I said, I mean, it's definitely his first name. I don't know his last name. Then there was a floor who, like, confirmed that was his last name. So he just left, but he can't be that far because he doesn't walk well. Like, he walks very slowly. So someone called him. Like, we found someone else in the room. There was a ton of teamwork that went into this. Somebody calls him, tells him he won, because we figure he's in the parking garage, but not to his car yet. So someone calls him, tells him, like, if you could turn around and make it back to that area where they're having the raffle and, like, claim your prize in the next 5 minutes, like, you won something. So eventually we see him later. He got the call, he turned around, he happened to walk fast enough, which, by the way, at the Horseshoe Baltimore, in addition to walking fast enough, you have to stop at security. This was during the end of 2020, so it was just like a couple months after things started reopening out of quarantine. So there was usually a line, and you would have to stop, take your mask off, look up at a camera, and they might check your bag also. So in addition to the fact that he walked slowly, we didn't know how long the line was going to be and how long it would take for him to pass through security. But we see him later. He got the message, turned around, got through the security line, made it to the area where they were having the raffle in time to claim his prize. His prize is $1,000 in free slot play. So the guy sitting next to me, when we hear that was his prize, I say something like, you know, that's pretty good. You know, he'll win about $900. Because there are signs up in the casino what the slots pay back. In Vegas, I think it's in the low to mid 90%. In Iowa, there's much less competition. I think it's 89%. I think it's similar in Northern Maryland. It's about 90%. So for every $100 that gets put into slot machines, 90% gets paid back to the players. The casino is keeping 10%. That's how they make money off slot machines. So I said, you know, off that 1,000, he'll make around 900. The guy next to me says, no, he's going to lose. You lose when you play slots. I said, yeah, like, in your life, you'll lose, but they're giving him the 1,000. The 1,000 is free. So when he plays through that 1,000, he'll get around 900 back. So one thing you need to know is that you can't cash out this $1,000. You need to play the 1,000 and then whatever you have left. So say this guy wanted to play 100 hands, $10 each of video poker, you know, jacks or better. He plays 100 hands, $10 each is $1,000. Once that $1,000 is played through the machine, everything he's won, those 100 hands, then he can cash out. You can't cash out play that you haven't used on these free slot plays. And the guy goes, no, you don't understand. When you play slots, you lose. And I said, you don't lose everything. They don't keep every dollar. There are signs up that say the slots pay back 90%. He goes, yeah, you don't understand. The small-time players lose everything. That 90% is because every once in a while there's some weird big jackpot that pays out a ton of money, and that brings up the zero up to 90%. I said, that's not how it works. No matter whether you put in $1 or $10,000, you should get 90% back. That's what the 90% is. He goes, no, you lose everything. So I say to the guy, he just won $1,000 in free slot play. If he's going to play 100 hands at $10 each, you don't think there's at least one hand in those 100 where he gets anything? If he's playing jacks or better, you don't think he'll get a pair of jacks at least one time out of 100? You think he's just going to lose all 100 hands and wind up with nothing from this free slot play? That this free slot play promotion is just a scam? You can't possibly get anything out of it? And he goes, you don't understand. Slot players are losing players. He winds up with nothing. So after he just kept telling me, I don't understand, I couldn't do it anymore. I tried like 5 times to tell him that you definitely get something, especially when the $1,000 is handed to you for free. But he was just way too stupid and he couldn't grasp it, which it happens a lot at poker tables. People say things like that.